So Nintendo and Panda Global, and this is like, I mean, my goodness, if you've been following like Smash Brothers news and stuff, you know this is huge. Panda Global and Nintendo are partnered together to make the first official North American circuit where Nintendo is actually backing not only Smash Ultimate but Melee. They're actually backing Melee. So it's official. Like they actually put hashtag Smash Brothers Melee. They acknowledge in the game. So you know, other than just putting it in a cease and desist. So this is pretty huge, man. I mean, like, I don't know what Panda Global did. They must have got Batman for the go there and be like into somebody in Nintendo ear, and it was like, all right, we'll do it, and went ahead and made this circuit. But this is some dope stuff. I mean, to even retweet it on their account and later come out and say we gonna have prize pools and stuff announced for it, like with Nintendo back, and this is opening up a whole new world of possibilities of what could happen. Because just this last year, we was talking about many tournaments that Nintendo just snuck in and pulled the plug on a whole event. So this is some big stuff. So starting with you, Mr. Game and Live, what are your thoughts on this Christmas miracle that basically happened?
I mean, again, it is weird to see that, like, every time Nintendo announces something kind of major or something big, it's like it's right before somebody else drops something that was similar to their game. They just be like, look, okay, you got another Smash clone, all right. Hey, do the announcement. So it seems like that's what they're doing, but I don't know. Maybe this is their way of being like, hey, okay, we kind of getting tired of just stopping y'all from playing our game, which is a weird thing. Like, we stopping y'all from throwing events for our games, right? So maybe they're like, okay, let's do something ourselves. Let's make something organized ourselves, and we'll give it to y'all, and we'll throw y'all an event. We'll throw out a big bang, give y'all these invitationals and stuff, and we'll do this ourselves. So I think it's a good thing as long as it's like, all in favor of like the players and just like the competition of it. And hopefully, Nintendo doesn't have a big scheme at the end to be like, yeah, we did this for this, hopefully just because they see that people enjoy the game. So it's like, let's throw some events for these people, You see Capcom's done it, Capcom Fighters, and I'm pretty sure that Nintendo probably reckoning in much more money than Capcom is. So it's like, throw an event for like the games that you see people love to play. They throw all these events themselves, and y'all keep stopping them. Hey, don't you throw no Smash tournament? It's like, why would you do that? It's the game that you all developed, and if people love that much, just let these people play. So I think it's a good thing. Honestly, I think it's a good thing that they're throwing events like this now and actually taking into consideration. Maybe we should do something. We see Evo, like, you remember back when Melee first got an Evo, like, that was like probably the biggest turnout, I think, for Smash at the time, and so many people were behind it. And it's like Nintendo was like, not on our watch. Oh, you think you're gonna play our game at the biggest fighting game tournament in the world? No. You think you're gonna play our game? Okay. You think you're gonna play our fighting game? Nah, nah, not today. And people like, bro, it's Evo. It's like 20 million people on the bracket. That's a lot of exposure. I don't care. It's just like, I don't care. So I just think it's good that they're finally kind of maybe realizing, like, let's throw some events ourselves. Since we don't want, if we're going to at least make people cease and desist, then we should at least give them an alternative that comes in. Like, well, you can't do that one, but we're gonna give y'all an event that we're throwing ourselves, and y'all can do that. So I think it's a good thing. I'm glad to see Nintendo finally not bringing in a hammer and a nail and being like, no.
Yeah, for a while, Nintendo was seeming like that old person you can't tell anything new, that refused to get on the internet. All he knows is he got this big old jitterbug phone that when you press the one button, it'd be like the size of the whole screen. But
the old person that continues to call every gaming console for the rest of the time a Nintendo.
Yep.
We on the Xbox 5100 XYZ WQRY, and they still just Nintendo. Like Nintendo.
That's weird that we talking about Nintendo. How powerful Nintendo is the fact that people, you could be playing a PlayStation and somebody be like, man, you on the Nintendo? Like, this is not. This is a Sony product. I'm playing God of War.
Like, do you even know what a God of War is? Like, come on, man.
Those 10 random people that actually got Google Stadia, people still like, that's a Nintendo.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
Funnily enough, I actually use Google Stadia.
Oh, so you one of the 10? You know, I guess.
Yeah,
Congrats.
I'm one of those 10 people that use Google Stadia. They gave me 3 free months, man. I'm using the heck out of it, bro.
Hey, my brother got one.
Yo,
Oh, so
real
we know
talk,
2 people out of 10.
real talk, man. Like Google Stadia isn't that bad. Like it was horrible when it came out, but it's not so bad now. Like,
I thought she was going to say Giggle. I was like, that's a knockoff brand, ain't it?
you said what? Giggle?
The Giggle Stadia, like, bro, I think you've been ripped off. Like, I don't think that's it.
I think that's Soldier Boy's version of the Stadia.
Yeah. I'm like,
But I keep saying this stuff. Soldier Boy going to just randomly run across his pocket. But hey, man, I see what you made. Hey, man, I'm the first rapper they got on the podcast.
Quit with them jokes.
But I'm sorry, we all off topic. You can go ahead and give your melee, your take, E.
I mean, like, as far as I'm concerned, there's not a whole lot to say about it. I mean, it's cool that they're doing a tournament, but I mean, it's like, great. It took you long enough, I guess. Like, I mean, great. You showed up, but you showed up like extremely late to the party. It's like, oh, like, should we give you? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, on the one hand, it's good that they did it, but on the other hand, it's like everybody else has been doing tournaments for their games for years. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, we're gonna start doing it too. It's like, you mean after you decided to like start sending cease and desist letters and stuff like that, you know? Like after you've already drawn the ire of everybody in your community, not even like, and now it's like, oh, we're doing a tournament. It's like, okay, good, I guess, man. I mean, it was the next logical step. You know, that's the next logical step like 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, well, I mean, I don't understand, man. It just makes no sense to me why it makes sense that they would do it, but it doesn't make any sense why they waited so long. You know what I mean? Like, why'd you wait so long? Why were you guys so invested in like squashing the enthusiasm of the people who play your game? And now it's like, I mean, I'm gonna be 100%. If I was somebody who played the game regularly, I'd just be kind of like, okay, great, I guess, but I mean, I just don't feel as excited as I should because you guys have bedraggled the heck out of us for like the past few years, you know, just beating people down, like just trying to stop people from playing your other games. Like now it's like, oh, well, come on and do our tournament, play Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Okay, I guess. I mean, if I have to, if I got nothing better to do on the weekend, why not? I guess, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, you know, Mr. Gamer was talking about like they wouldn't let people play their game at like Evo or something like that. Well, why? Like, what? Now you want your game to be embraced by the fighting game community? Now that's a thing you want? Like, you know, after all this time, now obviously something has changed behind the scenes where you guys are okay with being associated with the FGC now, you know? So I'm kind of like, for the people who want to play the game, great. For everybody who wants to play Super Smash Brothers, awesome. I'm happy for them. But as far as Nintendo is concerned, I'm just giving them the side eye. Like, okay, so what's your ulterior motive behind this? What exactly changed for you that made you make this big decision that you're going to do this? Because I don't trust it, and honestly, I don't particularly like the way that they treated their community over the past few years. So it's whatever, man. Like, but for everybody who else was enthusiastic about it, have fun. And yeah, pretty much have fun, everybody.
Yeah, it's understandable when you have someone with a track record of, you know, it's kind of like you this guy who was always wanting to play the game with you, and every time you play him, you know, right when you're about to win, you know, the best 2 out of 3, he just unplugs your control out of the system. You know, so basically just by the time he comes up the 6th time trying to play, and he's like, look, man, I'm gonna change, man. You know, I used to unplug joysticks and stuff like that, bro. You know, that's not me anymore. I'm not an unplugger, you know. So I mean, even if he was saying this nice speech, you'd be like, 6 times though.
Yeah.
you know, but but you know, at least, you know, give him the chance to prove that he'll do better. So you know, with this big statement of Nintendo, I mean, this is huge, you know, because I mean, for a while you couldn't get them to admit the existence of a competitive melee scene to save their life, but you know, for some reason they knew about it when it was time to ship off them letters. You
Hmm.
know, so so but and it's just been up. I mean, my goodness, Low Tide City was what was on like what a month and a half ago, wasn't long ago, you know, and they called them basically, you know, with the Batman voice, like, and then they just went on ahead and like, you know what, man, you know, we can't do it. Nintendo said this, so I'm happy to see this, but at the same time, I wanna, you know, I'm happy to get Nintendo the chance, but you know, you got to be watchful at the same time.
Hmm.
And you know, maybe it's one of those things because you know you would think they're doing this with Panda Global. So, oh, okay, that sets the scene for other people to be able to reach out to Nintendo and do this and this and this. And then they're like, nah, we just working with Panda Global. Like we
Hmm.
we still don't know y'all. So we gotta we gotta see, you know, is everything gonna be run through Panda Global? You know, will other tournament organizers be able to freely go about this now? What does this mean? You know, at the end of the day, we just gonna have to see, you know. I mean, maybe Nintendo, you know, be like, hey, you know, reach your hand and start working with all these other people they denied. Or maybe they just gonna have to take the chance and go out there and do it and see what Nintendo does. So I'm kind of at that point like, okay, I want to move forward with this, but at the same time we got to be watchful of how they're going to act from here on out. So
Right.
but I mean, it just speaking of this itself, congrats to Plan the Global. I mean, this is fantabulous, if you let me say that word. And I just can't wait for to see what's gonna happen. I mean, it's a circuit, so it's gonna be over a length of time. It's not like one big colossal, you know, tournament. There's gonna be something that's, you know, over a long period of time. So whoever comes out on top of that, I mean, you know, they probably gonna be I know Hungry Box and all the legends and stuff are gonna be coming back out of nowhere now. Mango, you know, Armada, all these different people might come out now and, you know, go their hardest in it. I mean, it's the first official licensed melee event by Nintendo. So, you know, somebody gonna want the W in that.
Yeah.
So that's some bragging rights right there. So